coming up here on Facebook Live. We're going to get into the vaccine rollout across the state of Indiana and talk a little bit tonight about the effort that is underway to vaccinate college students and minorities across the state of Indiana. But we want to begin tonight with weather, keep you weather aware. We had some rain earlier tonight. And Sean, is the rain event over tonight or is it still happening overnight?
Mostly done for the next several hours.
Okay.
Fair game, southwest Indiana. Maybe have some rain. Most of it will get in after midnight, okay? Now, sometimes that rain can be a good thing. I want to show you this, Scott. Take a look. This is from Jeff.
Oh, my gosh.
Watts in Anderson drone shot.
That's from a drone?
From a drone. Is that cool? Or what?
That is awesome. Way to go, Jeff.
So, yeah, Jeff, and thanks for letting us share it. He's
that's amazing.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So let's get to the radar and set the stage here. So we're in the 60s now. Locally quiet, expand the map, and if you were watching us last night, we told you this was how this would play out. So the severe weather is back to the west. It's weakening. So we are going to get the leftovers from this tomorrow morning. And what I've done, I've taken the severe weather outlook and I have it on the map as well. So here's our future track 13. Get into the morning. We'll have showers around. Whatever's on the radar in the morning will not be severe. There's a little sneaky potential tomorrow after we get through the morning rain. We'll probably get some sunshine. We'll destabilize the air. And there's enough spin with this storm system that some of these cells that pop up in the afternoon could rotate. All right, so we want you to be aware of that. It's not a given, but it's a possibility. And it's tough to say right now, Scott, whether or not, so you're looking at that modeled radar, it's at 4 p.m. Do the cells develop more closer to I-65 and then move east, or do they just bypass the metro in a good portion of our viewing area and they go crazy far eastern Indiana and especially into Ohio? That we can't answer just yet. That's why the probability is there. Now, it could shift east. It could shift a little more to the west, but we do want everyone to kind of be aware of this. So I kind of want to step you through that in terms of what to expect for your Thursday. Showers will be likely in the morning. So if you got kids that have to walk to school or at bus stop, just know that there likely will be a sizable gap before that next round of spotty storms pop up. And then we'll get ready for the weekend. I don't want to give away all the forecast.
Right.
I can tell you that we are still circling Saturday, perhaps for a widespread rain.
Have you changed your family's plans for your daughter's birthday on Saturday?
Yeah, we've been in discussions today. We've been in discussions. We think the outdoor might work if the rain's not too heavy because the tables are covered at the park.
Right.
I said, let's just see how things are looking for Saturday. Because the problem with Sunday is it's going to be really windy.
Okay.
So
it's not going to be at all like what we had over Easter.
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, a couple of people joining us tonight. Wes saying hi, Scott and Sean. We've got Terry saying hi, Sean. Glenn loved the rainbow, saying it was cool tonight. And Teresa said, loved your magnolia tree. Sean.
Yes, yeah. And so speaking of my oldest, that's her tree, by the way. That's, you know, we moved in this house in 2015. Right. Our first couple of years, the thing bloomed and we got pegged with a couple of hard freezes. Yeah. And we lucked out because some people had been telling me that like in Bedford and Seymour, and someone over in Ohio said the magnolias got crushed with the freeze and the frost last weekend. We lucked out at our house because they had not bloomed yet. Right. And of course, with the stretch run of warmth we've had, boom, gangbusters. Right. So. Okay. Coming up in a minute or so, we'll bring Sean back and talk to him about what the weather will be like for that open test tomorrow and Friday over at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Fans are not allowed inside, but you can watch it on Peacock. So we'll get back with Sean coming up in a minute. So Sean, we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Sounds good. Let's talk about our big story tonight. We're going to continue our look at the vaccine rollout across the state of Indiana. As of tonight, we have almost 1.3 million Hoosiers fully vaccinated. 1.3 million Hoosiers fully vaccinated, meaning you've either had both shots of the Pfizer or the Moderna.
or you've had the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Our state's population is 6.7 million, so we're making good progress, but we still have a ways to go in order to try to get to that herd immunity, which, depending on where you look at, anywhere between like 70 and 80%. But one of the things that the state of Indiana is trying to do now is not only get minorities vaccinated, but also college students before they go away on summer break. And our Rich Van Wyk takes a look at the efforts to get those college kids the COVID vaccine.
College students, part of a generation of younger Americans who initially turned their backs on vaccinations, are now rolling up their sleeves for a shot in the arm.
I think we're ready to get the vaccine and start moving on towards less COVID worry.
Almost 3,000 Butler students signed up for vaccinations. Many other students, according to spokesperson Mark Apple, were already vaccinated.
Being able to vaccinate as many students as we're going to this week allows us to fully reopen the campus in the fall so we can have a more normal college experience for these students.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
A huge incentive here and on other college campuses. 2 out of 3 IU students surveyed said they are likely or very likely to get shots. More than 2,200 were vaccinated in 2 days. On its opening day, Purdue University's clinic administered almost 2,200 shots. Butler University is considering requiring students to have COVID-19 vaccinations before they arrive on campus in the fall. The decision may hinge on the availability of vaccines.
The main consideration is how many students are going to be, will have the opportunity to get vaccinated by the fall.
For now, the emphasis is on getting students vaccinated before they leave on summer break.
240 of Butler's pharmacy majors signed up to help out with the vaccinations. They're not getting class credit, they're not getting paid. They get granola bars and bottled water.
And Caitlin Kasberg says some hope and satisfaction.
I would really like to go out to restaurants again and in public places without wearing a face mask sometime eventually.
Every vaccination brings normalcy one step closer.
And isn't that what we are looking for, getting back to that sense of normalcy? So coming up on 13 News at 11 o'clock, we're also going to take a look at some of the myths and misconceptions behind the COVID-19 vaccine. Our friend of the show, Alan Carter, is working on that story. He'll have that coming up tonight on 13 News at 11. And we'll also take a look at the money that is being spent across the Hoosier state to get vaccines into the arms of minorities. All that part of our big story conversation that's coming up in about 50 minutes over on Channel 13. All right, let's bring Sean back and talk about the excitement for the Indy 500. We're 50 so days away now from the race, and they've got this open test tomorrow and Friday out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Fans can't go inside to watch. You can watch it on Peacock. They'll be streaming the action 11 to 6 tomorrow, 10 to 4 on Friday. You're talking about this rain tomorrow. What do you think? They get cars on track?
So we're definitely going to have some rain in the morning here, and so then it's going to be, okay, how quickly does it end? And then can we get this bad boy dry before 11 o'clock? I think if anything happens tomorrow, likely the start of the practice may get delayed a little bit here. Let's go back and we'll show Future Track 13. We'll kind of show you how this all works out and what's going to be causing it. There's this low over in Illinois. Over near KC, and so we're going to have the spin around that. This is the leftovers that we were talking about tomorrow morning from the severe storms from earlier today to the west of us. So those will have to run its course, and conceivable that we get most of it wrapped up with that first batch by 10 or 11 o'clock. Again, we may have to dry the track a little bit, and then it's just going to be a waiting game to see where the next round of storms where they develop. Now, this is just one model that's depicting more far east Indiana, Ohio. Can't necessarily guarantee that. I think there's definitely going to be some dry hours as we go in to the afternoon. And then as we look ahead to that second round of practice on Friday, I think we're pretty decent shape. The odds of rain on Friday are about 20%, okay? Unfortunately, the odds of rain for Saturday
is a different story.
Yeah. That's so we're knocking those up to about 80% right now.
Oh my gosh!
For Saturday. So we'll dive in a little more coming up at 11 o'clock. But kind of a waiting game, just to wait and see how much rain we have in the morning. But I think we'll definitely get some laps in on Thursday and certainly on Friday too.
Okay, so Takuma Sato, the defending champion, he'll be back out on track tomorrow, along with Elio Castroneves, Scott Dixon, just a few of the 32 drivers that will be on the track tomorrow and Friday, turning some hot laps, all part of the open
Wait to hear that sound, baby.
I know, can't you just wait? I know the month of May is going to be here before we know it. And tonight, our Taylor Tannenbaum chats with the only woman expected to start in the field when we see race day in May.
You're starting to feel the buzz here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Tomorrow, nearly a full field of IndyCar drivers will take the track for open testing ahead of the Indianapolis 500, a little over a month away now. And all your likely suspects will be here, from Scott Dixon to Tony Kanaan to Takuma Sato. And there will be an old yet familiar face. Simona Di Silvestro is making her return here to IMS.
I'm pretty excited to be back, to be honest. You know, it's been a while.
It's been 6 years to be exact. 2015 is the last time Simona Di Silvestro took a spin around this track.
Yeah, coming here, you know, it always gives you goosebumps, and I think, you know, the kind of older you get, the more you appreciate how big this race is. So I'm really looking forward to getting back in the car. I think it's going to be really quick tomorrow when I get the first laps in, but, you know, I have a great team around me. So, yeah, just get the works going, and we start working towards the month of May.
Di Silvestro is no stranger to the month of May. She's raced in 5 Indy 500s. This year, though, she feels like she's finally getting her best shot to make some noise. Di Silvestro is driving for Peretta Autosport, a female-dominated race team created by Beth Peretta and supported by Team Penske.
Just, I think it's a great opportunity. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I feel like, you know, I've proven in the past that I can drive a race car, and here I have an awesome opportunity to get in the car. And the same with the girls on the pit crew. You know, they're practicing with the best guys in the paddock, you know, and they have this chance. And I think that's what we all realize. You know, we have this chance in front of us, so we just got to make the most out of it. And, you know, like I always said, if we get the right chance and things, you know, start coming together, I think we can really show that we can be, you know, definitely on a level playing field and being really competitive. And I think that's kind of what we're doing right now.
So this week, Di Silvestro will get back behind the wheel and shake off that IndyCar rust. Her and her team continuing to pave the way for women everywhere.
There's a bit of pressure, but you know, I think pressure is good, and you know, it makes us just work a little bit harder to get it done.
At IMS, I'm Taylor Tannenbaum.
It's so great to have Simona back in the race, first time in 6 years, and our thanks to Taylor Tannenbaum for that story. Just a couple of other Facebook friends joining us tonight. Nancy joining us from Arizona, saying it's hot and dry here. Good for you, Nancy. Bambi watching, saying hello from Carmel tonight. Ronald saying hi, Scott and Sean. Austin, to you, saying thanks for the great weather information. You know, my voice sounds a little tired tonight, and that I think is because of some allergies. And so we talked on the early evening news tonight that if there are those people who, like me, are subject to some allergies during the spring, there's probably good reason for it, huh, Sean?
Off the charts, man. Yeah. Pollen count's going to be, I mean, it's just, you know, it's 'tis the season, and the rain will help temporarily.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to stay on the high side for the next foreseeable future here.
Okay.
So it's an impact. I was out working in the yard today, and as I came in, sneeze city.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's the flowering trees that are bothering me today. I don't know if that's what's happening
that's
with you.
That's it. Yeah,
but,
trees are one of the main components.
Yeah.
Right now, somebody also asked me about air quality too.
Yeah. Okay.
And we've had stagnant air, and we haven't had a whole lot of rain. And so that's why the air quality in general hasn't been great. Now the rain, again, helps out, and we may end up with quite a bit of rain before we end the weekend here.
Right,
so.
And you got your second vaccine today. How you feeling?
So far, so good. You know, the arm's a little sore.
Right.
Kind of similar. I don't want to jinx things because I've had some friends that had the second Pfizer, and it sounded like it was a doozy at times. So fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
I enjoyed your Twitter comments today after getting it. It just kind of give our Facebook friends this sense of what it's like when you get your second shot.
I mean, you know, it's just like this. I don't know if the freedom is the right word, but you know what I mean. It's just like you feel like, okay, all right, we're here, we're here. And that was kind of how as I was leaving IU Health, that's kind of how I was, you know, just kind of thinking about on the ride home.
Yeah.
You know, being able to, you know, have my mom come up and, you know, hang out with the kids, hang out with us.
Right.
And all those things. So, yeah, just like a big weight.
I've had the same weight lifted off my shoulders when I got mine 2 weeks ago, so I know exactly what you're feeling. So anyway, so we're going to talk about the vaccine rollout across Indiana, all part of our big story coming up on 13 News at 11. Of course, Sean will be breaking down the weather forecast over the next couple of days. That way you can plan your outdoor plans, and he'll let us know how the weekend is looking. And
i.e. indoor plans, maybe.
Sounds good. So for Sean, I'm Scott. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live. We'll see you tonight at 11 over on 13 News. Good night.